Hey everyone, welcome to the very first episode of Rad on Track. So, this is a podcast where we talk to musicians, reactors, just people that are intertwined with the music industry in one way or another. And today's guest is Toci, or Toci Reacts as you may know him. He is both a musician and a reactor, so we kind of hit both bases there. He just released an album pretty recently, which I'll have linked in the description, and his channel will be linked as well down below, so make sure to give that a look. But yeah, this is a very exciting episode, and I hope you guys enjoy this podcast. Make sure to let me know how you feel about it in the comments below. And also, because it is a podcast, you don't need the video on, so you can listen to this in the car, whatever, etc. But anyways, without further ado, let's get straight to it. Yo, what's up?
Yo.
All right, let me get my camera on really quick. There we go. Let me know if that's
What's
coming
up,
through all right.
bud? Year?
How's it going?
Chilling. I'm just gonna stir this tea right quick.
Oh, hell yeah, I got some too.
You dirty dog.
I know. I knew I needed it. I'm gonna turn you up a little bit. Oh, I think I have to turn off my camera to do
kind of
that.
far away from my mic.
Oh, okay. No, that'll work then. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, I was thinking about it because I was thinking of more questions today, and I'm like, you know what? An interviews kind of sounds boring as shit. So I switched it up a little bit to make it a little bit more like a conversation instead.
There you go. Hey, that's cool. Whatever works for you works for me, man.
Heck yeah. And then I will give you a heads up now. I'm unfortunately sick, so you might notice that a little bit in my voice.
Well, I'm pissed. We can't do this anymore.
I don't blame you. What kind of tea are you drinking?
I think it's the peach one. Yeah, it's like peach.
I don't know how you're able to drink the fruit teas. I can't do it. I've tried.
Really?
Yeah, to me they taste, I don't know, like the sweetness of them feels so artificial, even though it's like as real as it gets.
Yeah, it's like straight up like peach. There's actually peaches in it. There's peach peels, and I don't know. I like peach. My favorite ones are like peach, raspberry, peppermint, and apple.
Yeah, I've tried. I think the it came in like a horn. Yeah, I've tried the I think it's strawberry one, and I just could not drink it. It was so gross. Peppermint though, peppermint's fantastic. Actually, I ran out of Kleenex, so I just got a big roll of toilet paper.
Yeah, all reliable, the toilet paper, man.
Hell yeah.
But it does hurt your nose after a while.
Yeah, it's worth it, I guess. If you really need it.
Yeah, it's like last resort kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and then what time?
I feel like paper towel would be last resort. Was that?
No, yeah, you're right.
Or like a sock or a shirt.
I don't know if I've ever had to do that. No, I've had to wipe my nose on my sleeve a few times. I won't like blow into it though.
Dude, when I was younger, my mom, we were driving in a car and there was a sock and she just came up to me. And I was just like, I just wish it was clean.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. I mean, I probably used my mom's sleeves for a Kleenex when I was a kid at some point, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, yeah.
I see kids doing that shit all the time.
That's how you know your mom's a real one.
Hell yeah, it is. Is there a time that you need to get out of here, or are you?
No, I'm just chilling. I don't work tomorrow or nothing.
Okay, well, yeah, just let me know if you need to get out at any point in time. So yeah, I went ahead and I listened to your album the other day. I actually was going to record a video of it, but I was so sick that I'm like, I don't think anybody wants to see me looking like all decrepit and ill. But I thought it was really good. Like, genuinely, I thought it was really, really good.
Thank you, man. Yeah, man. I put that, I'd say from the time that the first song was started to when I finished it, it was probably a good, like, 5 months of just work. But, like, the thing was, I was so busy at the time because, like, there was the YouTube grind, right? And then IRL work, and then spending time with the wife, and trying to play games here and there. So it was like, I'd get, like, 2 hours of time a week where I could work on it. So it was like 2 hours a week for 5 months until I finally finished it.
Honestly, that's incredibly efficient. For 5 months, 2 hours a week? Yeah. You're cranking it out like crazy, actually. That's like, when you put it in perspective, that's like no time at all.
Well, yeah. I mean, because I've gotten to this point where like over the past, let's say, year, I've gotten to a point where I really understand Ableton, which is like the DAW that I use to make songs, and then
Yeah.
like what plugins are super necessary. So I would just kind of start. I'd be like, okay, open Ableton. Here's a little preset I'm gonna make. Boom, and then like what took the longest, I would say, was probably either the instrumental, like making it, or writing the lyrics. But like coming up with melodies and stuff, for me, like I'll just it like all the songs started on guitar. So it was like my acoustic. I would sit down and just kind of fuck around for like 10 minutes, and then like I'd find a chord progression that I like, oh wait, am I not supposed to cuss?
No, 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 you're good, you're good. You can say pretty
Okay.
much whatever the fuck you want. And if if it's something terrible, I literally can just cut it out.
There you go. That's fair. Okay. Well, the goal is to not allow that to have to happen. Yeah. What was I saying? Something about
uh Talking about how you put together your music, so like the melodies hit you easy, the lyrics, and
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, this time at least. Yeah, it just starts on guitar, and then you find a chord progression you like boom. The trick is looping, right? So you find the chord progression you want, you just play through it once, loop it, and just let it play, and then just brainstorm. And then like you come up with this is what I did. You loop it, you'll come up with melodies, then you record the melody so you don't lose it. Then you can fill in some lyrics, but then normally from that point, I'll be like, all right, what can I add to this? What does this call for? Banjo, ukulele, whatever. Not ukulele, mandolin. You get it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
So
I'm rambling.
no, you're good, you're good. I noticed that, at least to me, it seemed like there's an overall emphasis on a folk sound throughout your album. Is that what you'd classify it as, or what genre would you put it in?
Yeah, dude. So that was because when we were putting it on like Bandcamp, it was asking us what genre, and like for like this, I've always been a huge fan of folk, right, and like acoustic sounding music and instruments and stuff like that. And so I got this new guitar, the acoustic back there and then I was like, I've been playing guitar for like 6-7 years. So like I knew that my strongest point would be guitar. So it's like, well, it's gonna be a guitar focused album. But then I started doing reactions, right? And I was getting requests that have banjo, mandolin, and then it like sparked it. It was like, dude, I forgot how much I love this, like these instruments. Cause like
Yeah.
growing up, I listened to bands like Need to Breathe. They're like folky, stuff like that. And then people like Noah Kahan, really, I was listening to them a lot. It's kind of like whatever I'm listening to a lot is what I'll end up. You know what I mean? It like
No, no, no,
correlates.
yeah.
If that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that
yeah,
makes total
I love the
sense.
folk.
I mean, I totally
Which
get that
actually,
because... Oh, go ahead.
I was say it actually ties into the title to the name of the actual album,
I'm glad
Roots.
you got to that.
Yeah, because I was like, the first song I started on the album was it it was Rainbow of Time. That's what it was. And that I had no plans of making an album. I just made it. And then um I was good. That's guitar. That's just guitar.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm trying to remember all this, dude. It was just guitar. It was a piano and a VST bass. It wasn't even like a real bass guitar. It was like a VST. And then I was yeah, and then but it sounded dude, this is I don't know, you get so deep into it where it's like I don't know, music's a confusing thing. But basically,
No, yeah.
yeah. The album name is Roots. The songs are like the instrumentally, it's going back to what I grew up on, which was folk music. So I'm going back to the roots, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
sonically.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome that you got to that, because I wanted to ask you about what like led you to get to that name, because I think it fits really well, and that's kind of what I was picturing in my mind. But also, I was thinking of like grassroots. Just I was kind of picking up on the very folky sounds, and I was like, that would make sense too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I get what you mean completely. And then when you were saying about the like what leads you to use certain instruments, I totally understood that too. Obviously, I play the banjo. That's pretty much why I picked it
Yeah.
up. It's just I was listening to a lot of music that was very folky recently. Also Noah
Mhm.
Kahan, which, not to brag, but I was a fan before he got big. I got to put that out
Were
there
you
for
really?
everybody to know. Yeah, I have a video of me at a concert from, it was either 2020 or 2021, but I've been listening to him since like 2017 or 2018.
Damn, dude. Yeah, that's
Uh-huh.
that's OG, bro.
Yeah,
That's
I
OG.
had to,
What?
what?
Go ahead. Sorry. No,
I
you
just
good. What were you saying?
I
Your
felt the
story.
need to tell everybody and really put it out there that I was a fan before he was cool. So,
Yeah. Oh yeah. You always got to do that. You always got to do that for sure. What got me started on Noah Kahan? I heard Stick Season and I liked it, but then I heard his song Growing Sideways. You know that song?
oh yeah.
And that's what hooked me. I was like, all right, I'm gonna listen to this whole album, the Stick Season album. But then he has like the released version with Stick Season Will All Be Here Forever. That whole album is a masterpiece, dude.
It's
Love it.
really good. I own the vinyl for at least I don't think I have the special editions. I don't even know if there's a vinyl for those, but I do have the
Mhm.
vinyl for the original full album. It is a really, really good album. I think because Stick Season I actually heard before that one was released because he did a debut at my concert that I was at. But so I knew that I kind of figured that I'd end up liking that album already. But at the end, recently at least, my favorite song has been Between Two Villages. I love the build up on that one so,
The
so
end,
much.
the ending, yeah. Past Algebra Road.
Yes.
Yeah,
It gives me chills just
that's a
thinking
good
about
song.
it. I
Yeah, yeah.
oh, it's such a good album. I'm glad that you like that one. Have you listened to
Dude,
any of his
I
other
know.
stuff?
Um, so to be completely honest with you, I know every song from Stick Season like the back of my hand. Um, but when you get into his older stuff, I have not dove into that as much because when I was finishing up like the Stick Season album and I've heard all the songs and I was gonna go, a new artist hit my radar by the name of Chance Pena. And so
Oh yeah.
yeah. So I never made it. I haven't made it to his older stuff yet.
No, I mean you might not even like it. It's a lot different from his newer stuff. That album is like completely different because before he was a lot more. I kind of want to say alt pop. He was kind
Mm.
of in the middle of like that. You probably know what I'm talking about. Where there's like a range of alt artists that just kind of they're not purely in one genre. They kind of bounce around a little bit, but in the end,
Yeah.
you can kind of tell they are. Uh, I
Yeah.
mean, you might end up liking him though, because you're a fan of alt, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a fan of a lot of stuff, man. Folk is my favorite. Um, like people like Philip Phillips, the Lumineers and stuff. But I love metalcore, man. I love all kinds of stuff. Alt. I love a lot of that. Especially like, D4VD, David.
Oh, that's how. Wait, is that how you're supposed to say that?
What, his name?
Yeah, I didn't know that it was.
D4VD?
I didn't know that it was David.
Yeah, his name's
Oh,
David. I could be wrong, but I'm
I
pretty
mean that
sure.
makes
I'm pretty
sense. That
sure.
makes sense. I don't know why I
Yeah.
didn't pick up on that.
Yeah, I like a lot of his stuff too. The Fray, I don't know, that's a throwback, but the Fray, love the Fray, dude. That's
No,
kind
the
of like
phrase
alt
awesome.
pop. Well, I don't know what you would consider that, but
Yeah, I
pop, I
think
don't know.
I'd probably put them to alt rock. I think they were kind of on the
Alt
verge of when
rock.
alt rock was really hitting around like 2000s. I feel like it was really taking off.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? I was gonna bounce off of one of the things you said, but oh yeah. It's like it's perfect when you like all of these different genres, considering you are a reactor.
Yeah.
Because it's like
Yeah.
if you didn't, it'd be so miserable. It would be
Oh yeah,
so miserable.
you'd hate it. You'd hate it cuz like you probably know just as much as I do like um you could start a stream and you could listen to like classical music, but then the next song be like Iron Maiden. Like you never know. It's like you just get punched left and right of genres and different places in the world and stuff like stuff that you would never listen to just because it would never come across your radar, but it gets put right in front of you.
Oh
It's really
yeah,
sick, man.
that happens a lot on my stream. I feel like it's always bouncing back and forth between random genres and then some heavy metal song. That's like the theme of my my live streams is just random genre, heavy metal song, random genre, heavy metal song. So I really have to get used to that back and forth.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's a bit like whiplashy. If I
Mm.
hated any of that, it would be so bad. It would be so bad.
Oh yeah. And it's like usually like it comes in like waves too. So like there are times where like it's in the same sort of genre for a couple days. But then like you'll like or I guess like rabbit holes, right? Like you're just starting the warning, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We did the warning for like a good like 2 weeks of our live streams was like 40% the warning songs. And then now it's 21 Pilots, you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
just changes.
Yeah,
Plenty
I
of songs out
definitely
there.
get that too.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not, I don't know, mine seems to be more consistent just because a lot of my viewers just listen to completely different things. So it just ends up being kind of random each time. But at the same
Yeah.
time, like I will get a theme of like I'll have this artist every week or every other week. Like the same people will put them up. So I'll hear them
Yeah.
for a good like month or so until either we get through all of that artist's songs or
Yeah.
they start to choose somebody else. But so yeah, I totally get that. Um I think yeah, right now though it's definitely more on the heavy metal train for me. I feel like that's been a lot
Yeah.
of it. Heavy metal and some classic rock. I think that's been the most of it.
Classic rock. Not a bad genre, so to ride with for a little bit.
Yeah, especially because I
You know.
don't. I mean, classic rock is one of those things that I think a lot of people are probably a little sick of because it has been played a lot, especially people our age. I would
That's
think.
fair.
I don't know
That's
if you're
fair.
like
That's
that.
fair.
Um,
Personally, if I'm being completely honest here, and this could be me dropping a bombshell, I'm not a fan of like I'm not the biggest fan of Metallica and
oh,
like
me
Guns N'
neither.
Roses. I don't know. I know like back in the day, right, when they were popular, I can see why cuz they really did pave the way for a lot of like new
Oh yeah.
bands. But like nowadays like I've actually tried multiple times cuz like to get into them, but something about it, I don't know. I just don't connect to it. I can appreciate the musicianship, amazing musicians. I learned a few Metallica riffs on guitar just because like they sound cool. It's just not something that I often will put on. It's just I don't know.
No, yeah, I get that 100%. I listened to a full Metallica song for the first time on one of my streams recently. I can't get behind Metallica. I think they're like the actual guitar work on their songs is really, really good. From what I've
Yeah,
heard, I just do
yeah,
not. It's like their songs are just so long and drawn out. I don't know what it is about them. I can't really get behind it. So I get you on that. Guns N' Roses, though, that
yeah,
is a bombshell. That is a
yeah.
bombshell.
I don't know. It's just that welcome to the. I don't know. I don't know.
That was
It's.
pretty good.
I don't know. I mean, there's a select few songs in that genre that I can listen to, like she's my cherry pie, like stuff like that. But like deep cuts and stuff, I don't
Oh,
know.
okay. Well,
I don't know.
I'm
And there's some
kind of the
songs that
same on
have
that.
been really overplayed too. That's just like, but I mean that goes for any genre, any time, right? Any date. There are songs that are gonna always be immortal, and you're never gonna get sick of, like Bohemian Rhapsody, stuff
Oh
like
yeah.
that, right? Um, and even Thriller, like, dude, we hear that song every year. I'm still not sick of it. There's songs like that, but then there's also the counterpart, which is like, ah, you know.
Yeah, and I guess that's kind of what I was getting to a little bit. Is just that it's weird hearing some of these songs that I'm getting now because they kind of sound like they would have been those types of songs that you're just kind of able, like you're surprised that you haven't
Yeah,
heard it before because they seem like they're very easy to enjoy. Like they'd be those hits, but they just weren't. I feel like that's a lot of
yeah,
what I've been getting, and it's just so weird to me because I'm like, how did I not hear these before? I've heard so much classic rock throughout my lifetime, whether I liked it or not, and I'm just now
yeah.
getting to these, and I am definitely more of a fan than what it sounds like you are. Like one of my favorite bands is Kiss, which I don't even know. Have you heard of them?
I haven't
Yeah.
heard Kiss.
Okay. They're just a big classic
I
rock
know of
band.
them though.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
the
Yeah.
face paint, the
Yeah.
tongues. Yeah, I know of them. And I'm sure I've heard a song or two, right? Like I just can't name it, but
Yeah. And that
yeah, no,
makes
I'm not too
sense.
familiar with Kiss.
Uh but yeah, I've been getting a lot of that recently too. And it's just, again, it's just so weird because I haven't heard these songs, but it really, really feels like I should have. Have you ever had like that happen to you? Where there's like old songs that you hear and you just aren't expecting them to be so good, or like you're surprised that you haven't
Oh,
heard them?
dude, yes, bro. Like, dude, I have a whole playlist of stuff. One that's not particularly older, but like a band that's older. I mean, it's not even a band anymore. You know Oasis, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, they have, or Noel Gallagher has a band called Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds, and there's some songs that have been showed by that band, or if you call it a band, I don't know what you would call that, but
Yeah,
that
I don't
just
know.
surprised the hell out of me. Like, how are these not everywhere? Like, how have I not like heard that? Because they're just brilliant. And Oasis is a big band,
Oh yeah, they're
so you know what I mean.
huge.
Like, they paved the way for a lot of people. Um, but I mean, like as far as like older stuff, I'm trying to find one. I mean, I'm sure there is one. It's just listen. You go through as a reactor.
No, yeah, 100%.
You listen to so many songs to where it's like, it's hard to even remember.
Yeah,
There are
I
the
always
few
feel
that
guilty
stick
about
out
it.
though. Yeah.
Like people are like, "Do you remember this song?" Or like they'll put up a song from a band that I've heard before, and I'm like, I don't know, I might have heard them before, but I don't even remember. Or like it'll be a song that I add to my playlist, and I don't remember the band, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know who these people
Right.
are.
Right.
I completely forgot. So yeah, I'm totally with you on that. I mean, it's just because by now, I don't know about you, I've probably heard like thousands of songs, and just from reacting alone. So it's like there's no way for me to keep track of them all. It's actually impossible.
Yeah.
So going back to, because earlier you mentioned one of the bands that helped like inspire your album.
Uh,
What was that again?
there's a couple. There's Need to Breathe, The Lumineers, Noah Kahan as well. Obviously, Chance Pena. There's a couple, but I'd say my favorite out of all those that had the most would probably be I Need to Breathe. I've been listening to them the longest since I was probably like 9 or 10. My mom had their first, not their first album, but their The Outsiders album, where it's like I believe it's like a horse with it, and there's some tracks on there that that's the thing too, and I'm not trying to like tangent here, but
No, we like tangents here.
isn't it weird how like, and this might just be me, but I don't know. You play banjo, so maybe you too. Like as a kid, I'd noticed that I would care more about how a song sounded than my friends ever did. Like they would put music on just to have it on, just to white noise, and like if there's like a party or something. But me, like when it was on, I would be like, "Whoa! Like, did you just hear that melody?" And they're like, "Yeah, that was crazy." And then they'll move on. Like I feel like I really clinged to music sonically to where like I don't know, I paid more attention to it than most kids that were in my circle. You know what I mean? For
No,
me.
yeah, I was the same way.
And
Like
yeah.
when I was on the, I remember like one particular core memory for me is just on my way back home from school is I would always have this Kindle, and on this Kindle I'd have just a huge bunch of a lot of pirated music, and I would just listen to the hell out of music, and I was so little that it didn't make any sense to anybody else. Like nobody, not a kid anywhere around me listened to music like at all. So I totally
Yeah.
get you. Like it's weird actually hearing you say that because I've never met anybody else that's actually, at least that I know of, that has cared about music ever since they were like actually younger. Because I
Really
cared
little,
about it
man.
really, really early on, and
Mm.
it always felt weird that nobody else did around me. It was such a strange thing because to me, I'm like, how are you guys not enjoying this? This is
That's what
crazy.
I'm saying, dude. You'll hear like somebody belt a note or something, and you're just like, "Whoa!" And then your friends are like, "Did you get the Cheetos or some shit?" You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just yeah. But yeah, to go back to your question, it'd be Need to Breathe would be one of the main inspirations.
You, you
Love
know,
them,
that's the only band out of the ones you mentioned I've never heard of.
dude. Whether it's a reaction or you do it on your own time, you should check out the Outsiders album. You will love it, knowing you. There's banjo in there. There's
Hell yeah.
mandolin. All of it. All and the lead vocalist. His name is Bear Reinhardt. Top 3 favorite male vocalist on my list, bro. He's
Really?
amazing. Uh huh.
Also, that name is sick as hell. Bear Reinhardt.
Bear Reinhardt. That's his name. Yeah.
Man, to
I
be
almost
born
named
with
my
that
son
name.
Bear because of it. We almost did.
I wouldn't blame you. That name is sick as hell.
It is pretty cool, man.
Kind of reminds me of have you seen Attack on Titan?
Yeah, I seen the first season.
What's that guy's Bertolt. That's what came to mind. To me, that name
Oh,
feels like
Bertolt.
it's a bit of like a combination between Reinhardt and Bear.
Yeah,
And
pretty sick.
yeah, which that actually brings me on my own tangent. I just watched this anime called Claymore for the first time. Have you heard of it?
Nah.
You gotta watch it. It was so good. It's like I'm trying. Have you seen DemonSlayer?
Oh, yes.
Okay, I
All
was
of
like,
it.
there's no
All
way
of
he
it.
hasn't seen Demon Slayer.
All of
It's
it,
kind of
dude.
like that if it was older and all the Demon Slayers were girls who were knights.
Okay.
Um, it's it
So
is
they were knights killing demons?
kind of it doesn't sound that cool when I'm saying it out loud, but I swear it's so cool, and it's weird because it's kind of older. I want to say at least like 15 years old or so. So it's kind of when anime was first starting to pick up more in the Western world. Um,
Yeah.
so it's like it has the older animation style, and it just looks so good too for that time. Because animes, I feel like in general, just didn't look very good.
You look
Uh,
at Dragon Ball, it was pretty brutal back
yeah,
then, man. It's
so
pretty
that's like
brutal.
the one of the cooler parts about it is that it just looks really good for its time. So
Yeah.
you gotta check that out.
Yeah, I'll have to, man. Because we saw Demon Slayer, me and the wife watched it together. And, dude, that one thing that I could say without spoiling it for anybody that wants to watch it, it's just a beautiful looking show. Like, it just looks good, especially when he does the Kino Kami Kagura. The freaking, like,
Oh
all that,
hell yeah!
dude. It just looks so sick, dude.
The only qualm I have with any of the actual visuals is I feel like in the newer seasons they over rely on CGI in some scenes.
That's fair. No,
But
yeah,
other
that's
than that,
fair.
it does look really, really good. So I'm kind of just fine
Yeah,
with that because I know it saves them time animating. So they can make some
it gets it
scenes look
out
just like
quicker.
really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's probably exactly what they do is they decide like, hey, we'll use CGI here so we can make this scene look just fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Yeah, that one's a really good one. And I think they're coming out with a movie this year, aren't they?
So yeah, I heard that to wrap up the series or something, it's only going to be movies from here on out. It's not going to be like seasons like it has been.
That's what I heard too, but I'm wondering if they're still going to because like before they make the movie and then they cut it up and then just add it to like
Yeah,
the front of a season. Curious if they're just gonna like once it's all done, cut up all the movies and turn it into a final season.
I can see that. I mean, I like the fact that they're labeling it a movie because that means the budget's going to be higher,
Oh, that's
right? Because if
true.
you're like, I'm going to do a season versus just we put our whole budget into one movie, you can make it look crazy, or just crazy in general. Like what they did with the Dragon Ball Super, the Broly movie. That movie was insane.
That's what I've heard. I
Looked
haven't
good too.
watched a whole lot of Dragon Ball, so I can't speak too much on it. But
Oof. That's a good one. That Naruto, listen, they're mainstream for a reason
have
because they're good.
you seen One Piece?
So I seen the first like 20 episodes. I liked it. I forgot why I stopped watching it, but I did see the live action version, and that was pretty good.
Really? I haven't seen either. I just wanted to know.
Oh, dude, it's good. It's good. It's interesting. I mean, there's a reason why it's 1,000+ episodes because it's good. It has a loyal fan base. It's really good. I forgot why I stopped watching it. It was something, but it was probably just like I got busy or some shit. I don't know. But the live action's pretty good, which normally they're not. Normally, like a live adaptation of like an anime or a game or something isn't good. This one was pretty good.
That's good to hear. I mean, my friends have been trying to get me to watch that. I'm like, it's too long. I don't want to get into something
Yeah.
that's 1,000
Yeah, no, you're
episodes
definitely
and get bored
you're
like
signing up.
40 episodes in or something.
Yeah. Yeah, you're signing up, man. You're signing
Yeah,
up for something.
yeah, for sure. Earlier you mentioned really quick something about a game. I don't remember. I just heard game, and that leads me to another topic. So I'll take advantage of
Okay.
that.
Do it.
So
Segue.
Marvel Rivals. I know we were talking about that
Yeah,
a little bit the other day. Have you played it all the new update?
that's why I was low key kind of late because I was That's what I
Uh,
was doing.
I noticed. Don't worry.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
don't
oh
blame
shit,
you though.
yeah, I gotta go, guys. Yeah, no, dude, yeah, I was just playing it. To be honest with you, it doesn't feel any different than before. It kind of just
Really?
feels the same. Yeah, but I will say, I. It seems like it's more fast. It plays faster, than it did, and it was like night and day. Because I played it right before the servers went down last night at like 3 or 4 in the morning, and then played it when I woke up. And it was instant. It just felt like the games would go by so much quicker. I don't know. Maybe it's just a placebo or something. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I went through the buffs list and everything, and some of them I was confused on. Like I saw Moon Knight was buffed, and I was like, "What? This guy? Everybody
Yeah.
plays him. He's in
Yeah,
like every
they're gonna
match."
need they need better balancing, I feel like. Like they buffed Wolverine. Uh,
I
and
was
it's
a
just
little
like,
surprised on
dude,
that too.
yeah, I'm a Venom main, right? That's why I got the
Yeah,
Venom hoodie.
hell yeah.
And dude, Wolverine will kill me in 2 seconds.
Oh, he kills the shit out of everybody. I was when I saw
Yeah.
that he was buffed, I also was baffled because I'm like, he's
Yeah.
just underplayed. Nobody plays him, but every time somebody does, they're like the deciding factor if that team wins. Easy.
Yeah, if they know how to play him, a good Wolverine or like a good Iron Man could really mess you up, dude. For real.
Iron Man, really? I haven't thought
Dude, I've
about that,
had some
but
Iron Mans drop 40 kills on my team.
holy shit. That
Yeah.
puts my Iron Man gameplay to fucking shame.
I'm not even kidding you, man. There's some talented people out there. I mean, we were gold. We were in gold, which is pretty high considering how long the game's been out. So
Yeah.
like we were going up against some good people. I think my highest kills is Venom. It was like either like low 30s or high 20s with kills as Venom, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw that he got buffed, so I'm sure you're happy about that.
It don't feel no different. I'm gonna be honest.
Really?
I mean, like theoretically, his ult does a little bit more damage, as well as something else. But
I
it
think he gets more
honestly,
shield or something.
yeah, you get a little bit of health, but usually we have like a bunch of healers. So like, I don't know. It's a fun game. It's a fun game. I like it. It's. I looked at the Steam charts for it, dude. 500,000 players were online when I checked, and then I checked Overwatch 2, and it was 20,000 people.
Holy
20,000
shit.
at granted I checked it at like 2 in the morning, but like still 500,000 to 20,000, that's what 480,000 more players than give or take, right? But
Yeah, that's
insane, dude.
crazy. I think I saw something
Insane.
the other day about how over the course of season 0 up until now, they've maintained 90% of the starting player base.
Which is like insane. Like that's
Yeah.
good.
Like
But
most games
nowadays,
they're dropping 90% a month or two
yeah, they're
in.
dropping 90. Yeah, they're keeping 90, man. It's crazy. It's a fun game, dude. And I think as long as they balance it out correctly, keep putting out new content for it, it could go a long way. It could go. It's one of the few Marvel games that are good. There's a lot that are cash grabs. There's a lot that are just awful. Not the Spider-Man ones though. Insomniac, they killed that. We're talking
Oh
about
yeah.
what was that other Marvel game? Marvel Avengers game?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
That
about.
flop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game was awful. Do you know the Suicide Squad game? That game is
Yes.
awful.
I
Like
can't even believe that was
superhero
like
games.
approved. That was
Yeah, not good. Not good. But this game is. So
Yeah, it's nice to see a
not a
superhero
sponsor.
game be good. Yeah, no sponsors here. There's actually zero sponsors on this whole thing. So,
Right. We're
um,
sponsoring it.
yeah, hell yeah. What was I gonna say? Something about. Oh yeah, it's interesting that they're able to take another superhero shooter, Overwatch type game, and actually make it more fun. I feel like usually
Oh yeah.
there's no like I have no need to play those games. I played Overwatch and Overwatch 2 a little bit each, but it's like to me they got so boring quick, but I've been like grinding out this game. I've been playing a lot of it.
Dude,
It's
it
fun.
hooks you. It hooks you. It's probably because one, it's newer, right? But also the characters. We know them all, like most of them, right? Like you know most of them.
Yeah.
And so you're able to, you kind of feel a connection because like I don't know if you've seen my room, but I love Marvel. You know what I mean? So like you kind of feel connected to them in a way. And that's probably another big reason. It's like Overwatch, but with characters that I care about.
Yeah. For any
Yeah.
audio listeners, if there are any, his whole room is covered with
Oh yeah.
Spider-Man posters. He's got, what is that, Spider-Man or
Yeah.
Venom hat?
Uh, Timu, but it's a spider.
Timu.
So
Okay,
we'll say
okay.
it's Venom. We'll
All
say
right,
it's
sounds
well,
good. He's
no,
got the
that's
Venom
more of a
jacket too.
Spider-Man.
I was,
Yeah.
I was like, it kind of looks like it, but also it's just off enough that maybe it isn't. I don't know.
To avoid copyright, it's enough different. It's different enough. Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense because I'm like, I feel like I would recognize the symbol a bit better. It's also nice that they included the destruction. Like it, sometimes it'll play a huge role. Other times it's not really noticeable. It's just, it's interesting because it blends in so well with the game. It doesn't feel out of place at all. It's so nice.
Yeah, bro. I'm glad you said that. I forgot all about that's a huge reason why I love it so much because as Venom, you can just you're like certain characters can't do certain destruction. You have to have a heavy enough attack, right?
Yeah.
And Venom, he has like pretty much the heaviest you can get. So I can break like 60% of the objects in the game, which are breakable. And I love it because like there's maps that I go into and I'm like, all right, I need to make sure I break this walkway so that we don't get like a Hawkeye up there and perch. Like you could just break it, like eliminate that whole like strategy. He can't even do it now unless he finds a different area. It's so sick. There's like an overpass in one of the maps. I'll break that whole thing down while we're
Yes.
running
Yeah,
just
I
to
was
stop them
wondering
from
about
camping
that.
up there.
Because that
Yeah.
is crazy because almost nobody ever does it. At least in the matches that I play,
Dude.
since I'm with randos. But when that thing comes down, you can wipe out a whole team with that.
Oh yeah.
Which is crazy.
And you can stop them from like if they're on the payload, you can stop them. Like the payload will stop or it'll go, but they won't because it's in the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then there's what's that?
Strategize, man.
There's a map where it's like you have to take the point, and it's like a big canyon, and there's like a giant piece that you can bring down, right next to the point.
Is it a circle?
Yeah, it's like a semicircle. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Well,
break that every time. I always break it. Don't even
that's
give him a
crazy.
chance.
I don't think I
Don't
play
even give him a
characters that
chance.
can break that. To be honest,
It
because
changes the game, dude. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
I feel like I'm never able to break anything with the characters I play. And that reminds me.
Yeah, no, Venom just his tentacles.
Yeah. So I was trying to main Black Widow for a while.
Yeah.
Which was a terrible, terrible idea. I checked what her pick rate was, and it's the lowest at 2%. And I'm like,
good.
I'm not surprised because I'm like, I feel like I'm doing really, really good, and it just doesn't matter.
But you're not though.
Yeah, it's like you
think
can't
you
do
are,
good.
but it's not making an impact at all.
She apparently her buffs were so dog shit. They just let her like run around more, so she has a smaller cooldown, and her melee has like a little more range. And I'm like, I think they did something with the ultimate. Oh yeah, you don't have to like charge it all the way when you shoot her gun, which I'm like, this is like, this has done nothing to actually make her any better.
She's no Widowmaker. I'll say that. Widowmaker way better.
It's very, very unfortunate. So have you played with any of the new characters?
The Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic, I have not, but I have seen my teammates have played them, so I've seen what they could do. And I will say this, Mr. Invisible Woman, her ult is annoying if it's not on your team.
What does it do? Because I think I saw something where it makes everybody invisible, but I don't know.
It's like it's a huge radius. It's a circle, right? A giant circle, like bigger than you would think. It's like a giant circle. It's like the size of a capture, the exact size of a capture, like that big circle.
Yeah.
And it raises all the way up to the sky, and you can't see inside of it.
Holy shit.
So like their team could be inside of it, but you won't be able to see them, but they can see you.
Holy, that sounds so busted on paper, at least.
Yeah, so you're just sitting there just shooting in, hoping you get a hit marker and trying to follow it. And if you go inside of it, you're slow. Like your character's slowed.
What?
And it makes it easier to kill you. Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
That is fucking crazy. Did you see her new skin, or is that out yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, whoa, you're in for a treat. Let me just send you something really quick.
So behind the scenes.
I don't know if it, because I know it was leaked, but Marvel Rivals announced it, so I don't know if it's in the game or not yet.
All right, they know what they're doing, bro. They know what they're doing with that. Come on, bro.
One of the top comments on that is what? Well, let me go back to it really quick. I'm hulking out.
Yeah, I'm hulking out. Like, why does he say it like that, bro?
It's the most
He
sexual
says
thing
it.
I've ever heard in my life.
Dude, and some of the noises them characters be making, boy, when they be getting hurt or something, bro. Come on now.
Yeah, that's gonna be a Rule 42 in a Rule 42
Oh, yeah.
video at some point. No doubt in my mind.
Probably already is, bro. Or they're already working on it.
What is that skin called again? Oh yeah, Malice. Yeah, I'm getting my hands on that as soon as possible.
Just because it's lore accurate. So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Why. That's
I don't-
that's the only reason.
And it just kind of, it looks cool. No other reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not at all. But
Yeah. I am glad that we're gonna have more supports though. I guess you don't have to worry about that considering you have a team. But for us that
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have full teams, that'll be nice not having to play support every game.
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. No. I usually at least have 4 or 5 people. Today I was running with 6 though. It's fun, but you get put up against other 6-mans. So it's like,
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, they try to put you in lobbies with other people that are running 6, and the coordination on the other team gets way better. So it gets a little harder.
Okay, that makes sense. I had no idea. Yeah, I'm usually running with just between 1 and 2 other people. Sometimes I'll get 3, and very, very rarely I'll get a 5 stack. I don't think I've ever had a 6 stack though.
Yeah, no, we had all 6, man.
That
2
sounds
healers, 2 DPS, or 2 healers, 1 half healer, half DPS, 2 DPS, and then me on tank.
That makes sense. Have you tried the 3 tank, 3 healer strat?
I haven't, but that sounds like a royal pain in the ass.
Yeah, we've been
for the other team.
My team has been discussing that if we ever get 6 people, I think that's what we're going to try to do because
Yeah.
tanks just won't fucking die, especially if you got somebody like Doctor Strange and
Dude.
Magneto with their shields.
Their
You're
shields
just,
are
nobody's going to
an
die
abomination.
ever.
And Venom just has a buttload of health, man.
Yeah, he never fucking dies because he gets the full shield back right before. Well, it's on your choice, but he can go from 0 to basically full instantaneously.
And his ult too, yeah. If you save his ult, get a ton of health from that.
Yeah, I'm glad that they buffed that because I was always surprised that I wouldn't die from getting hit with that directly as like a medium character.
It did it barely did any damage, to be honest with you.
Yeah, like I don't know. There's a lot of ults in that game that I feel like are really underwhelming for sure, and that was definitely up there for one of the most underwhelming.
Yeah.
I think, well, yeah, that one, Black Widow's for sure. Moon Knight's kind of was. I guess they did buff his ult out of everything. That was what they buffed, so it kind of makes sense because it just didn't do very much damage for what it was.
Yeah.
Can't think of any other ones, but I know there's a few other ones that are pretty bad. Have you been playing any other games recently?
Yeah, I just started a playthrough of Baldur's Gate.
Like Baldur's Gate 3?
Yeah.
Is this the first time you've played that, or are you coming back to it?
Yeah. I've never played it before.
Okay, so
I'm trying it out.
I haven't played it. Is it like a kind of like a tabletop type controlling game, like turn-based system?
Yeah, it's like Dungeons and Dragons, but it's a game.
Okay.
So yeah, it's turn-based, and you have overwhelming freedom. Like you can literally do damn near anything you want in that game. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Okay. That does sound like it could be fun. Have you played Dungeons and Dragons before?
I have not. I wanted to, but just never found people that want to play it. I wanted to though, because it sounds fun, on paper.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. I did end up playing it once, but I quit early because the people I was playing with they were miserable to be around. They wouldn't let you do anything, and I'm like, what's the point of playing a game that's like the key focus is freedom and just kind of doing whatever the fuck you want and not letting anybody do anything at all? They wouldn't let me. I'm trying to think of what broke me. Oh yeah, they wouldn't let me have an absurd amount of candles. I was really upset about that.
Well, it's just like, dude, the point is to have fun, and if you're micromanaging me, I'm not gonna have fun.
Exactly. And because it is one of those games that given that the DM, the dungeon master, gives you enough freedom, of course, like if somebody's like trying to break the game and make it ruin it for everybody, then of course don't let them
Yeah,
do that. But
but you having a bunch of candles isn't gonna break
exactly, someone understands me. Me and my ton of candles should be let alone.
For real, man. If the power goes out, they ain't gonna be complaining.
Exactly. But yeah, I definitely need to check out Baldur's Gate 3 at some point. I know it was rated really highly, and it kind of changed the game industry a bit, because I heard a lot
Yeah,
about
because
how just other companies are upset at them for actually doing right by putting out a game that's not super buggy and playable, like when it
a
actually comes
finished
out.
game that once you buy it, you pretty much own everything. You don't have to send them money for this mission or this weapon. Like, you just unlock it, you just play the game and have fun.
Yeah.
Thank you, Baldur's Gate.
When I saw all the
Salute.
other devs crying to that shit, I was like, what is going on? You're just making yourselves look terrible. Way worse than
Same
what
with
you already
Elden
do.
Ring, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure. Did you play Elden Ring?
I didn't. I wanted to. But at that time I was really into Apex. I was really into, like, I'm a shooter person first. Like, I love playing shooter games. So it's very rare that I do trail off and play something that's not that. Um, but like, unless it's Spider-Man related. But yeah. But my buddies convinced me, and I was like, okay, why not? Let's try it. And then we're about an hour into it, 2 hours into it. But then it hit 6 in the morning, and we were like, we should probably go to bed. So we
Yeah.
went to bed. Yeah.
Yeah, I've always been a little bit more on the first person shooter style games too. Other than the
Yeah.
rare game here and there. Mostly for me, instead of Spider-Man though, it's Star Wars that'll take me away from it.
The Force
Uh,
Unleashed was fire. I played that.
I played a little bit of that, but I think by the time I got to it, is a little too old. So it's like, it's kind of,
Mm,
for me, it's kind of hard to start playing old games now. Like if I played it when I was a kid, I would love it, but since I got to it
yeah,
late,
I feel that. There are select games that I feel like hold up to the end of time. Like Skate 3 will always be fun. My favorite Spider-Man game ever, called Ultimate Spider-Man. You could tell the graphics are dated, but it's okay because they made the graphics to look like a comic book. So
oh, okay.
they're not meant to be super, you know what I mean? It's kind of meant to look like that. You know, and like Cuphead, like, dude, you could play Cuphead
Oh,
100 years from now and still like it.
yeah, I don't think that'll ever be dated. Actually, I just asked somebody asked me to play that the other day on my alt channel, and I'm like, you know what? I might actually do that at some point, but I've heard it's really hard. So I can't
It's
promise I'll be
rage
good
bait
at
for
it.
sure. Definitely rage bait.
Yeah,
It'll
and
make you
I'm
mad.
sitting here because they asked me to play that when I'm playing Ori in, what is it, the Blind Forest, I think. Have you heard of that?
I haven't.
It's one of those 2D side scroller
Mm.
games, sort of like Hollow Knight, Metroidvania style. It's kind of like that. Um, and I'm just so dog at it. The platforming in that game is so hard for me because I don't play those games almost ever. And they're telling me to play
You ever played
Cuphead, and I'm like,
Mario?
there's no way. Mario? Oh, yeah, I played Mario.
I was
I
gonna
haven't like
say.
beat it though or anything. Yeah, I've never taken the time to beat a Mario game. That feels like something I should do, especially Paper Mario. That's a really fun
I
one.
haven't played Paper Mario. Just Super Mario Bros. And Mario Kart. That's really all I've played.
You've got to play Paper Mario. That one is really fun. And it's another game that I feel like is hard to be dated because everything is made to look like paper.
To
So
look
it's
like
like,
paper, yeah. So it doesn't
yeah,
even matter.
exactly. All right, well, I think that's it for my topics, to be honest. I mean, we could keep on talking about games, of course, but I'm good to call it here if you are.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, I think that that was success. I mean, it was, it was the first one. There was no downtime. You know what I mean? It was cool. We got to talk about reactions. We got to talk about music. We talked about games, which is like big pillars in who we are. I feel like
Oh,
music,
hell yeah.
games, and reactions and stuff. And TV shows, anime. That was good, man. That was fun. I liked it. I
All right,
liked it.
cool.
I'm excited for this to come out.
I am too. I actually, because I was telling you about my friend who is an artist, and I actually got him. He's going to be drawing the logo for this, so I should have that
Sick, dude.
within the next 2 or 3 weeks, and that's probably when I'll get the episode out. Because I told him, I was like, you can take your time. It's going to take me a little bit to edit this together anyways. Although, honestly, because there wasn't very much downtime, it might not actually be that bad.
Yeah, it'll probably take like 5 minutes to just.
Yeah. But yeah, go ahead and plug whatever you want to plug, and I'll just throw that in at the end. So like your album, whatever.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So I do have a new album out. It's called Roots. I put a lot of time, relatively a lot of time into it. Learned a couple new instruments for it. Very proud of everything that came out of it. And yeah, man. Glad I met the homie Ratty, and I'm excited to collab with him more, man. He's always he's become a friend. You are now a friend. You're no longer a what's the word I'm looking for? When like you're both in the same acquaintance. Yeah, you're now a friend.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we gotta play Marvel Rivals at some point for sure.
Dude, there might I don't know I don't know what you're doing tonight, but we might have a spot open.
If you do, let me know.
I got you. I'll DM you for sure.
All right,
we're up
sounds
to like
good.
5, so.
Say what?
I said we're up to like 5 in the morning anyway, so.
Okay, that's crazy. I can't go that long anymore. I used to.
That's fair.
Anymore,
That's
though.
what she said.
Yeah. Yeah, we're leaving that in.
That's also what she said.
Fuck! Oh my god. You won't need to be like put down for that. Holy cow.
Twice as crazy, bro.
That's
Twice as crazy. Oh, God.